All right, friends, welcome to an episode of Light Bulb Moment with me, Jacqueline Steele. These are mini little episodes of self-discovery meant to encourage you midweek. And today's story is apropos and I feel like is very appropriate because we are in an international pandemic right now and people are hurting and people are dying. And I want to shed a different perspective on death. And so I'm going to tell you a story that I witnessed firsthand. And this, I'm just going to call it the Squirrel Story. I also want to note that my beliefs around death and dying may differ from yours, and that's okay. I want you to know that even if we do differ, even if we do believe two different things, I wish you love and I wish you light. And I hope that you will be open to hearing this story and this perspective on death, because I believe it to be a story of hope and beauty. So a year or so ago, I was driving home from a music rehearsal or a recording session, I'm not sure which. And as I was turning on this loop, which is a busy area, the car in front of me hit a squirrel. And it was one of those moments as I witnessed it. Nobody wants to hit the squirrel, but I saw the whole thing happen almost as if it was in slow motion. The squirrel was writhing in pain, trying to get to the side of the road. Other cars were trying to dodge the squirrel, but inevitably they were not able to because this is a busy road. And as I saw the pain and the heartbreak and the death all before me within a matter of seconds, my heart just ached, this deep ache. You know, I'm an empath and I feel things very deeply, and I take on a lot of pain and suffering that I see other humans or animals in. And in this moment, I just felt this deep sorrow about the state of the world and how humans have taken over the globe with often so little respect for the life that lived here before us. And as I kept driving and just mourning over this squirrel and praying for it, hoping that it didn't feel any pain in its last moments on earth, I got to the point where I was about to turn into my own street. And I hung a left, and all of a sudden, this squirrel dashed out in front of my car, and I had to slam on my brakes. And as I slammed on the brakes and came to a screeching halt, this squirrel just popped on past, almost as if I wasn't even there. And that action that happened, that sadness, then that screeching halt, then this peaceful moment where the squirrel passes by safely, I had a realization, and it was this: what if in life death isn't such a destructive, awful, horrific thing? What if our beautiful souls pass from one form into another almost instantaneously, to the point where life is not lost, but life is gained? And I bring this up because I know so many of us are hurting right now over what is happening with the coronavirus. Some of you have lost people that you love. And I want to sit in that with you, and I want to acknowledge your pain, but I also want us to entertain another perspective. Maybe life is not a line, but a loop. And maybe death is not an ending, but a brand new, beautiful, burden-free beginning. And this moment was so pivotal for me, and it has stuck with me over the last 18 months or so. And about 6 months after it happened, I went to this spiritual healer. And she is somebody who sits with you and reads your energy and does tarot cards and oracle cards and all of these things. So whether you believe in that or not, that's fine. But I was talking to her about death, and I told her about my squirrel experience and how this squirrel had died what I thought was in pain and suffering and suddenly, and then this new squirrel popped out in front of me, and here is this new life. And she said, that is the order of things. Death is not something to be feared. It's something to be rejoiced in, because it's a brand new beginning. So I felt that in my heart. And then this wonderful, kind, amazing woman affirmed that. And that is what I believe. Again, I don't think that life is linear. I think it's a loop. And I don't think death is an ending. I think it's a brand new beginning. So wherever you are right now, whatever state you're in, I hope that this little light bulb moment podcast brings you some hope and some joy and some relief, and maybe a different perspective on something that we all have difficulty facing. I wish you light, and I wish you love, and I wish you peace. And until next time, thank you so much for listening.